This is why most spiritual people are broke. In the quest to transcend their limitations, many confuse avoidance with evolution, because incompetence likes to mask itself as virtue and often hides behind the mask of spirituality. So first things first, what does it even mean to be spiritual? Unfortunately, this word often brings up ideas of hippies, life avoidant, drug using, disorganized, inconsistent, crystal hoarding, going with the flow, scattered, unreliable people. It's almost shameful to identify oneself as spiritual given how such a sacred concept has been desecrated over time by churches, governments, and humans. If being spiritual isn't that, what is it then? Spirituality is ultimately about coming back to truth. It's about being in touch with the source of creation as a direct experience, not a belief. It is therefore the ultimate empowerment, for only when we see something clearly, we are capable of taking appropriate action and relating to it effectively. So why are spiritual folk often broke? They're broke because theirs is a fake spirituality. In their attempt to transcend their limitations, they opted for avoiding dealing with reality. Because it's easier to say that you are above money and material things than it is to face how powerless you feel at creating life on your own terms. And even more, how little you may have to contribute to the world. A spirituality that handicaps someone is not spirituality, it's bypassing and delusion. Let me explain. Spiritual experiences can become a narcissistic trip. When they lack proper integration, they become high-octane fuel for the ego. For most people, spirituality becomes a bridge towards becoming grandiose, larger-than-life personalities. Kings, gods, goddesses, healers, priestesses, among others. Now, nothing wrong with these titles, but more often than not, when somebody uses this to identify themselves, but often they are more about a person's inflated sense of self than they are about being of service to others. How do you know if you're spiritually bypassing? Here's a self-diagnosed checklist. You feel anxious when you look at your life because although you know that we are all love and one and the universe is infinitely abundant, your relationships and your bank account do not reflect that. Number two, you have come up with a philosophy to justify being weak and out of shape, neglecting your body temple. You feel triggered when you see wealthy people and you judge them, and you also assume that anyone enjoying luxury cannot be spiritual by default, or that they have taken advantage of somebody else to get there. All of this happens because the Muladhara or root chakra is not active. People want to elevate and ascend and open their pineal gland, third eye, and crown chakras. The lower chakras get dismissed, rejected, and often even shamed. However, the root is the foundation, because only when you have stable foundations you can build something that rises to the heavens. Weak roots means there's not going to be fruits, and people who avoid grounding themselves in this reality end up anxious, hiding in their circus of their imagination. So what to do? You must first understand that there are no shortcuts in life, and that anything worth building must have a solid foundation. And your body is the temple of your soul. Your business is the vessel of your service and gifts to the world. Both are sacred avenues that, unless you prefer being sick and poor, you must take conscious care of.